Hey guys, today's video is why it's difficult to date women today. I am your host, Steve. Today we're just talking about a couple quick things of why I feel it's hard to date women. Um, Basically, the first thing, guys, is back in the olden days, I like to say the olden days, they didn't have any technology really. They just had relationships and friendships with each other, right? But nowadays, what makes dating women in today's age so difficult is like let's say I'm walking down the street, I meet a chick. It's and we start dating or something. It's not like the olden days where it's a one-on-one friendship, one-on-one relationship. Now, thanks to Facebook and other social media outlets, you try to have a relationship with a girl, and it's just because of social media, it's just almost undoable. She's getting hit up by 20, probably 10 to 20 different guys that are trying to date her, trying to be her friend. um, you don't know how many nights I've been visiting with women, and they're getting blown up all night. I mean, I'll literally be in bed with the chick and they're getting messages throughout the night. What is that? That's other guys hitting them up. That's exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Um, there is no 1800s loyalty anymore. It's more or less, I think women today are just out to use men. No offense to you ladies out there, but you don't need us the way that you needed us back in the 1800s, back in the early 1900s. You needed men way fucking more than you do now, thanks to the insane welfare. Like I know the state I live in, we have pretty good welfare here. So a lot of these single women out there don't actually even need a man. The government is taking care of them. They have their food stamps. They have their whatever it is, emergency help. So they don't need to seek a man out very much anymore. They can just live on welfare. They can just take advantage of the system and be single and just play the field. Women aren't super motivated to settle down with just one man anymore. Um, I got to be honest with you guys. I see women becoming more and more masculine each year. I call it the whole savage movement that has happened the last 5 to 10 years, where they've tried to condition women to become savage. It's like the fuck everybody attitude that a lot of you women have. I also see an increase in antisocial behavior from women. I know at my workplace, I'll try to have conversations with people. Some of these women will outright ignore me, and these are my coworkers. Like I'll walk by someone and say, "How's your day going?" Completely ignore me. This is stuff that wouldn't have flown back in the early 1900s, back in the early 1800s. You know, you said hi to a guy and he just outright ignored you, that probably would have caused a fist fight back then because it would have been considered extremely disrespectful. Nowadays, these women think nothing of just ghosting a guy. You don't know how many times I've gotten sucked into like a relationship with a woman where, I'll start dating them or something like that. And the minute I show any love, any affection, anything like that at all, I'm pushed right out the fucking door. Um, a lot of these women just can't, for whatever reason, whether it's trauma, whether it's, abuse, child abuse, whatever kind of abuse it is, physical, verbal, it don't matter. But a lot of them have been ruined for dating, where they've experienced so much trauma that they just can't date anymore. Um, I know that I have a friend that I've known for about 10 years. She's experienced so much domestic violence in her life that she just more or less thinks of men as one night stands. She thinks of, how can I use this guy for a one night stand, get him to fuck me, and that's it. That's how the girl that I loved, I talk about her all the time. She's a closet men hater. She literally fucking hates men, and she just thinks of them as a dick, a dick to put in my vagina. She doesn't have any respect for men in general. She literally fucking hates men. That's a fact. Um, Trying to have a relationship with her was like fucking hell, you guys. Almost drove me to suicide. Trying to love some of these women, some of these toxic women, is just almost undoable, guys, because they're harboring so much resentment from the past. relationships that have gone south, domestic violence relationship that have caused them to no longer trust men. But again, guys, it's just so hard to be a guy like me. I'm 40 years old. I live in a really horrible state for dating. I mean, it is fucking horrible. The men, there's more men around here than there is women where I live. I live on the East Coast, and there's more men than there is women where I live locally. Most of the women that I'd actually want to date are taken. Which in my area, most of the single women running around here, no offense to them, most of them have mental illnesses, major anxiety, PTSD, things that make dating impossible. So then guys like me that are single, because I don't have any options, I end up running into these women that are mentally ill. They do have trauma. They're unable to date. So then what happens is a lot of these women also have the borderline personality disorder. This, it's a mental illness, but a lot of women have BPD. Um, they'll suck you in and then they just push you the fuck away. As soon as you show any love to them, affection, as soon as you tell them, "Hey, I'd like to be the boyfriend," it's that enmeshment trigger for them, and they just want to push you the fuck away. For a lot of these women, I think they just think, "Hey, I'll just be single. I'll just pay my own way." It's this new savagery of the whole fuck men thing. You know what I mean? But then a lot of these women, they'll call you when they want something, come over and help me with this or come over and help me with that. But they don't want to be in your life. They don't want to fucking go to your house and spend time with you. They don't want to fucking come over on a Saturday and have breakfast with you and fucking have coffee. You know, even the sex thing is just so fucking weird right now. I feel like the US government is putting basically things in the food that's causing women to not want to have sex. Like maybe something in the food, something in the water that's causing them to, like Alex Jones jokes about how the government had done this experiment on frogs where they actually turned frogs gay so that they wouldn't be having sex like with opposite sex. They were having sex with the same sex, like gay relationships. And so I'll go so far as to say that my personal theory is that the US government has been working on population control for years, the last 10, 20 years, population control. They do it all kinds of different ways. The whole COVID mask thing, in my opinion, that was a population control thing. They wanted to get rid of some people, so let some people die. That's population control. And then also the population control was put masks on everybody's face and no one's dating. Nobody's having sex. And to this day, we're still being affected by the whole COVID fucking bullshit propaganda that they had for us guys. We're still, and again, I know it was a real illness, but it was so dragged out of proportion where we're all masked up and stuff. It was just really ridiculous, you guys. I'm sensitive to the fact that a lot of people did die. I think it's awful, what the world went through with COVID, but I do also think that it was really, really fucking exaggerated for manipulative purposes. But anyway, guys, back to the whole discussion we were having, as far as dating women is concerned, guys, it's not the same as it was, early 2000s, it was easier to date women. 1999, earlier than that, 80s, 70s, 60s. You could have a relationship with a woman so much easier. You could date a woman so much easier. Now you date a fucking girl, she's on Facebook, she's got 20 fucking guys trying to get in her pants, 20 guys trying to fuck them, 20 guys trying to have a relationship. So can you imagine being a guy like me and trying to fucking love a girl like this? Trying to rein in a woman like this and make her my girlfriend, make her my wife, make her a loving partner. Guys, I'm at the point where I'm literally ready to rip my hair out because for like the last 10 years, I keep running into these women that more or less are undateable. They're emotionally unavailable because of trauma, because of PTSD, because of abuse, domestic violence. It just leaves them undateable. And then they see guys like me. I think they see me as a guy that they might be able to take advantage of or use for certain purposes. I don't know how many times I've had women come over here and have one night stands with me, and then because I'm, because I represent the boyfriend guy, the relationship thing scares them away. So then I won't see him, they'll come here, fuck me, and then I won't see him for a while. Like one day I had a girl leave here and she had like 3 orgasms while we had sex. And before she left, she goes, "That's exactly what I needed." Haven't seen the fucking bitch since that night. Why is that? Probably because she was feeling those enmeshment feelings of, oh my God, I just fucked Steve. Now he must be my boyfriend. So now I got to push him the fuck away. So do you see how all these mental illnesses, guys, affect dating like big time? PTSD and anxiety being one of the biggest ones that affects dating, PTSD and anxiety. Um, Guys, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm perfect because I ain't perfect by any means. I have faults just like any fucking guy out there. Um, but I guess that's the biggest thing, guys, is the social media piece is, I think, what makes it almost impossible to have a dating relationship with a woman these days. You try to be this girl's girlfriend, uh, try to be this girl's boyfriend, and she's getting hit up by 20 people trying to fuck her, 20 people trying to get in her pants, 20 people trying to be your boyfriend. This is why it's almost impossible to date in today's modern world. If you like this video, you can subscribe. Guys, this is just all frustrating. You don't know how many girls I've dated that have end up pushing me the fuck away or end up being mentally ill. Um, I've had my heart broken so many times. My heart's probably in pieces right now. But all I've really ever wanted, guys, to be honest with you, the only thing I've ever really wanted was to love a woman. I want to love a woman and be loved back in the right way. I don't want to have to worry about 3 o'clock in the morning she's getting hit up by some guy trying to fuck her. I don't want to have to worry about that. I want a loving partner that I can love and be loved back and have it be a loyal relationship, just like the 1800s was. My grandparents, they're still alive today. They're like 90 or something like that. They've been married like 60 years. Where the fuck is that kind of love? I don't see that love in today's age. But again, this is all more than likely they've ruined the adult relationships in this country as a means for population control. It's just my opinion, guys. I'd welcome yours. You're welcome to leave any comments in the comment section. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, guys. I could probably go on all night, honestly. And then maybe we could cover a couple other things real quick before I let you go. But number 2 is communication. Girls can't communicate these days. They'll just ghost a guy. They'll just push you away. They'll ghost you. They won't talk about it. I would much rather have a woman say, "Hey, thanks for dating me. This is what, these are my feelings on us being together. These are my feelings on us not being together." I would much rather have a woman just talk to me about her feelings. But what your average woman in today's dating life's going to do is they're just going to fucking ghost you and go away and not talk about things, not tell you why they were upset, not tell you why, they pushed you away. They just want to fucking ghost you. And I've learned that a lot of that is like shame based. I think the woman is worried that you're going to shame them. So they just say, "I'm not going to put myself up to be shamed or anything, so I just won't talk about it." Not knowing guys like me aren't going to shame you. We more or less would just listen and want to hear what you have to say. So the first thing that makes it hard to date a woman is the social media piece, everybody trying to get with her. The second part would be the communication, guys. And I could probably go on more and more, but we can leave it at those 2 for tonight, guys. Anyway, just keep being a good person. You can't control what other people do. Like I'm convinced I could literally, do whatever, and I can't force these women to be I can't force these women to be loyal. I can't force them to not, like, quote unquote cheat on me. I can't force them to do any of that shit. They're gonna do it all on their own. They're gonna fucking run wild. A lot of these women just aren't ready to settle down, and that's the bottom line. A lot of them are actually repelled by love, and that's where my fucking problem is. I want to love these women. I want to be a fucking loving boyfriend. I want to be loved back. And as soon as I end up dating these chicks and I start being affectionate, start loving them, they push me the fuck out of their life. And that's what makes dating in today's modern world so fucking hard. If you like this video, you can subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.